Warning: the following show contains strong language and content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show can also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so always check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. And if you don't, then that's your fault, so consider yourselves warned.
I'll let you guys.
It's okay. I don't like queuing anyway, so fine.
So let's focus on the guest of honor we have here. WhiteCrow. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Just to jump in there, sorry. Recording software crashed on your intro there, Lego. So we can start again.
You're shitting me.
After
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
brilliant AO and everything.
I'm sorry. I apologise. We can just go from here. I've already restarted recording. We're 30 seconds in. I've just restarted it. We're going again.
Damn it,
cool. You just add a segment in the
If anybody is still listening, we do apologise. Once again, just in case you may have missed the information that we said at the beginning, my name is Vacant, otherwise known as Simon, or the other way round. This is the second ever episode of the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, and I am joined by
Lego Maestro, moderator on the Manga Raiders forum.
Oh, he says it's so deflated. The second, it's the first time we can. Trust me, I can edit it all out. It'll be all like as if you've said it brand new. You don't sound very happy to be here, Lego. But other than that, as always, we've got.
It's Noisy. I'm Josh, otherwise known as Noisy on Manga Raiders forums.
And finally, as well as Lego alluded to, we have a special guest as well, and his name is
Jeremy, aka WhiteCrow, who up until today was. I'm surprised to hear Lego's name sounds like Lego My Ego, but
Maestro.
That's
yes.
the one.
Okay, yes. Don't mind it. Everyone calls me Lego anyway. So, that's everyone introduced. Shall we get into this then, gentlemen?
It is indeed. So, as I say, Noisy's obviously been on before. Just a quick note, unfortunately, Corin can't join us tonight. He is deep into exam territory. And tests and birthday cakes as well, or something.
Apparently, 3 of them.
Something he's doing. So he's very, very busy anyway. So unfortunately, he's here with us in spirit. We were going to do an acapella.
All of you are doing exams.
Actually, I wanted to comment on that. Everyone is in exam season.
It sucks.
That's because some people follow on education. Unfortunately, I'm actually glad that you're here, Crow, because I think you're slightly older than me. I'm 24, so I'm no longer the oldest person on the podcast, so I don't feel as old anymore. So I'm like, woo!
That's correct. I'm 27. I'm the oldest. I am
the venerable.
The biggest failure up until this point. No career. My time is past.
It's okay. I
No ways, man.
It's okay. I never went to education anyway. Well, I did do education, of course. I did education. I did high school and stuff. But I just went straight into work, and it's done me well so far. I've been doing all right.
Lucky bastard. What is work, and is it edible?
That's awesome.
It is edible.
Signed up for college. I never went, but I signed up.
Yeah, they tried to make us. This is going to cut off of most of the listening base, but basically in England you have something called connections, which is like, essentially they exist, their sole purpose is to help you find a career, but their actual purpose is to go, are you going college? No. Why are you not going college? Because I don't want to. You really probably should consider going college. And so on and so forth. The cycle repeats, but I beat the system, I rebelled, and I didn't go because I'm...
Awesomeness. That's great, man.
But,
Actually,
so guys...
continue.
How the fuck has everyone been this week? Has anything gone on? Has anyone been anything interesting, or you've just been chilling? You all been good?
I've been revision as always. I seem to always be doing bloody revision. My exams start next week, so just scared shitless and getting on with
it. It's normal, man. Good luck. I know that some people get annoyed when you say good luck because you're like, oh, you're what's that? You're sidelining all the hard work I'm doing, but it's the general human.
Trust me, I need it.
Good luck, man. Good
It's
luck.
the general human thing to say. So good luck to you. Ah, yes,
You just applied
and to
auto-tune
all the
on your own
exam
voice there,
takers
Lego.
right now, whoever's listening to this and you happen to be thick in exams and stuff, good luck. And break your leg. Not literally.
And break. And don't fucking fail.
Just a casual, passive-aggressive threat at the end of it. Good luck. Good luck. But fuck you if you fail, you motherfucker.
I'll be crying on the
disappoint
forums to you guys if I fail, so
we'll be
you'll
there.
know about it.
Be the virtual shoulder to cry on. But Lego, how's your week been going, dude?
My week. Okay, so long story short, it's been pretty awesome. You know, I've been in a sort of limbo because I should have probably mentioned this earlier, but university sort of kicked my ass. So the reason why I'm the most online person ever on the Radar forum, as you can see in the statistics, is because I've had free time.
Brag about it.
Whole year. Yeah, I'm bragging about it. I had a whole year of trying to get into a new university. I've just been staying, and it has been insane. And I'm finally getting into university again in Germany.
Oh,
so
Nice job.
shit! Congrats, man.
Oh, nice.
yeah, so I'm flying on the 19th and leaving this cesspool of a country. I'm not exactly a patriot, in case you do not know.
Nope.
And I'll be learning German and meeting the German women and stuff. Aryan superiority. People are saying that I'll become the blackest.
Okay.
So you know, nothing much. But anyway, it's been a pretty good week.
I hate to burst your bubble, Lego, but Aryans were white and blue-eyed and blonde-haired. Sorry.
Minor hiccup. Michael Jackson.
I think you're at a little disadvantage there.
But that was in the past. That was many, many moons ago. You'll be fine. Germany, no offense to anyone who's in Germany. It's a lovely country. I love Germany. So
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
You've been some good stuff's come out of this this time you've had off though, Lego, because you've been reviewing like crazy on the forum.
yeah.
That's what I mean. This week was great because being in limbo, I can say that I managed to keep myself occupied and stuff. I didn't go crazy.
Yeah.
But this year I was depressed with dude, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't have any idea. So now that I know what I'm doing, this week I was just like, yeah, now I know I have a purpose. I was reviewing like crazy. I've written.
I think you've taken Lauren's title of the #1 reviewer on side, because she used to get through a lot, but you've.
I spent like 24 hours offline, and suddenly, just bam, Lego Maestro all over the forum.
I forgot a story that you were reviewing. I was like, "Holy shit, he's still reading this! Somebody's still looking at it." But,
I know how annoying it is, but back in the day, I used to do this a lot. Actually, I was pretty detailed. Noisy has taken the cake for being the detailed reviewer these days. I used to color code those things, man. I used to work on them for ages. I was just getting into it.
No, I really do like reviewing.
I call bullshit on that. I've never seen a review from Noisy.
Oh!
You should see them. You should see
I
them.
reviewed one of your chapters. I'm gonna. This is gonna be screw my revision, man. I'm reviewing your story now.
He has reviewed. I'm sure he's reviewed before.
Okay, maybe not.
I'm
quantity,
really bad
quality.
at it.
Noisy, you did a good job. But anyway, yeah, it's been a great week. What about you guys? Other than the exam trapped Noisy.
But yeah, Crow, how's it been going, dude?
Man, week's been good. It's a typical week. I work, I sleep, I take my kids to appointments, and then when I'm at work, I do nothing but write and listen to epic orchestral dubstep music.
Oh yeah, that word, epic orchestra dubstep. Seriously, in one word. But I was a bit surprised. Crow, you're doing an awful lot for someone who's working at.
Yeah, you have a huge writing output, Crow.
Seriously, I was like, dude, this guy has posted all these fights. Wait, are we in the segment yet?
Not quite yet. No, we're still. We're just in the intro. Steady
so
on.
Spoiler alert.
Settle down.
But I do want to say your output is impressive, man.
It is really.
Yeah, thank you. I needed something to kind of get me away from writing, the Society X. Like, I revised, the first arc completely. So like, what you've read a year ago is really not the same. I finished Arc 2. I'm halfway through Arc 3.
You guys
And it was
both know
fun.
Society X, right? No,
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
Very familiar. I'm on the mailing list, bitch.
I want to be on the mailing list too. Come on, add me, man.
I'm on the
Bro, what's happening? Come on.
I'm sorry, I
asked,
got
man.
your email. I apologize. It's just I'm a busy person, and
Yeah, man.
yeah, I will definitely get to it. Then I'll backtrack and send you every single update that I've sent
No, it's
since
been.
I
Wow.
started.
It's looking good. It's looking really good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
And,
yeah,
and
it was-
Vacant,
it
you
was-
shall not
I-
escape. What are you doing this week, man?
Me? Well, I've currently halfway through a glorious week off. So this is fortunately I've been able to do this. Boring shit, having decorating, social things. I did. Oh God. I guess there's one story that I can tell. I'm trying to weed out things that I can't say, that I don't want to say on. But fuck it. Yeah, I mean,
Dude, we're all men here.
yeah, there was
Manly
kind
men.
of manly
If it
man.
involves a woman, please share.
No, I've been taking my girlfriend places, but she's very, very nice, very easy and laid back. I'm saying that as if she might hear this, but I'd never let her listen into any of this. Or find out. I'd never
What,
dare.
stay on yet?
What have you?
No,
what
we've
have
watched.
you guys
I've
been
got it.
snitching
We've watched
this year?
Death Note.
You've been
We watched Death Note. And she
Oh.
cried at Death Note. She loved it, but not at the part that you may think she cried. She cried at I'll try and say it in a non-spoilerish fashion, but basically, it's everyone's watched Death Note, haven't they? Here.
Yeah.
Yes, I finished it. I don't know about you guys.
That would be a no.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. In the it's not really a spoiler, but basically, it's Rem, the other Shinigami, her backstory of how she gets her second Death Note, and the other Shinigami who watches over Misa. It's kind of his tale, sort of, and that made her cry.
That made her cry.
And
Seriously?
she cried at that, and I was like,
It's weird.
I'm sorry, but I don't think anime might be for you, because there are some really sad things that happen in anime, and you may struggle to comprehend them. But comprehend, that sounds really not comprehend, but you may struggle to deal with them. That sounded really.
Seriously, man,
Oh,
I
God.
cry at everything everything.
Code
Manga,
Geass,
anime,
really
movies,
sad.
I cry at everything.
Kogios,
Oh, God.
really sad.
Angel Beats, the ultimate troll of emotions, man.
Of course,
I was
of
like,
course.
there's no ways I'm watching this cutesy show. It's like, no, seriously.
But
The guy kept on recommending that. It's okay. It's just a happy show. Bastard, he lied to me.
but yeah, as I say, I was just gonna say about basically a friend of mine I work with. He runs a wrestling show. He runs a wrestling company, and his sound guy dropped out, so he knows I'm a big fan of wrestling. He asked me if I wanted to be the sound guy. I says,
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want to, because I was like, well, it's a lot of pressure for something I really don't know what I'm doing, essentially.
But that's a
But
pretty
you
cool
can't look back.
offer.
Yeah, you can't look back at the end of your life and go, I really wish I didn't do that. So I thought, fuck it, if it goes all wrong, whatever. So I did it. I went there with the understanding that I'll be the sound guy and I'll just play the music and start the music. No, he wanted me to do a few more things than that. Got a little out of hand. Could have gone better, unfortunately. Well, he wanted us to help with like cleaning up and tickets and stuff. Also, most pertinently, they had a match in the show called the Ultimate X Match. Now, anyone who's not a wrestling fan probably won't know what it is. Essentially,
That's a TNA. That's a
TNA thing. It's
man.
TNA thing. Yeah, basically, it's a X that they have above the ring. They hang titles on it, and you have to climb the X to get the belts. Oh, I'm just looking. I think we may have lost Lego, but I think he'll come back. He'll be all right. But yeah, basically, it wasn't a rope one, because normally it's like a rope, and instead this one was like steel beams. It was really weird. So they wanted us to put it up with I have no knowledge of how to do that. I have no idea how the fuck to put I can't construct that. I've never done it before.
You're
so
not
I just
a handyman then.
I'm pretty confident just by asking you to do that, they probably violated like 5 guidelines.
Yeah. I mean, I was really.
Did anyone break their neck?
Well, this is what we're getting to. I was pulling it up.
Oh,
I
boy.
was
Someone
on the
broke their
ladder.
neck.
I was on the ladder. Pulling it on. Pin. I was sure a pin went in. I guess it didn't. I guess it didn't in the end. But there we go. Have we got you back there, Lego?
God damn it, man!
It's okay. Don't worry.
Fucking internet.
Don't worry, dude. Don't worry. We can.
Okay,
Good thing you can
sorry
join
for
back in.
dropping
You've
Now.
only
off
missed
there.
the
Okay.
best part of Vacant Story.
You will never
Of
guess
course
what
I
happened
did.
then.
Of course I did.
And then all the people died. No,
Yeah,
but
you know,
basically,
I'm putting up 2 middle fingers to this country right now. So
Don't
anyway,
worry,
continue.
Germany's
Go
pretty
along.
fast.
Business as usual.
I will rewind to you, sorry, Lego. Basically, we're putting up an Ultimate X. All that is basically a scaffold kind of structure that is 4 beams
Yep.
across the ring. I have no engineering expertise or any construction background, so when I thought I was putting it up correctly, turns out I didn't. And yeah, so when they were on it, the 4 wrestlers, it was a tag team match for the tag belts. Turns out when they were on it and someone pulled on it, the middle came apart and both belts fell into the ring, causing all 4 of them to just stop and
You're
stand.
joking. You're
And
joking.
they had no idea what to do. The crowd were just like, well, what the fuck goes on? It had to take my friend, who's the owner, to come over and just go, restart it. And he had to do like a 10-minute interval. It was really weird and it was really awkward. And then he just went, yeah, did you put all the pins in, dude? I was like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
But
So you got like 4
sorry.
angry wrestlers staring at you.
yeah. Well,
I'm sorry.
luckily, all of them except one did not know it was me because they were in the back, obviously stretching and warming up and doing whatever the fuck they were doing, or probably drinking, is what I'm going to go on to next.
You should totally say, hey, come on, it's more cinematic this way. The ring collapses.
One of them,
come on, this has never happened in any fighting match ever. So
one of them
let's
gave
roll with it.
one of them gave me a filthy look, but obviously it gave them a chance to maybe drink later because the next story that I found quite amusing is they were drinking with a few people in the show, and I saw something quite funny that actually made it onto the Lad Bible on Facebook, which is a UK thing on Facebook. It's basically like anyone acting like a dick goes on there. As Nosey's probably aware. Basically, long story short, people got really, really drunk, left the venue, didn't want to wait for a taxi to go to the city centre, and decided to break into a construction, because basically they were like doing road work, so they broke into that, moved all the barricades and stuff, and got a dump truck. It had like a bucket at the front of it. They actually they took it. It was like something from GTA. All loaded up, about 6 lads loaded up into the bucket of the truck. One drove, which I have no idea how he saw, because there were 6 people. There were 6 human beings in this way, in the bucket, and drove up the road to God knows where. But hey, I thought that was pretty amazing. But how much trouble they're going to get in, I have no idea. Haven't seen it in the paper, though, so that's normally a good sign. But the fact that it's all over the internet is probably going to get them done.
Just level stuff while they're wasted.
It's like something from a really bad movie, but like, props to them. I've never thought when I've been waiting, because we've all been there, wanting to go town.
What do we do for fun? Let's just go pull off something really skilled right now.
Yeah, waiting for a taxi and all that. Like, you know, we've all been there, but I've never thought there's a construction site that I'm just going to like. I've never seen an old woman passed on a scooter and gone, I could hijack that and I will take that shit and I'll ride it all the way to town. The scooter, not the old lady, of course. I meant by the ride.
Yeah.
The most I've hijacked when I was drunk was a bloody table from a Pizza Express. That was it. That's still in my friend's backyard.
Is that shit not bolted down?
You hijacked a table. Oh my god.
Table from Pizza Express. We walked all the way home. It was like 20-minute walk. The 2 of us carrying this bloody table. And I got to his house and I was completely sober by then because it was really cold. And I was just like, what have we done? What
have we done?
What have I done?
No, not in remorse. Just like in complete like, why have I done this? It makes no sense.
Well, you guys.
You do when you're drunk. That you do when you're drunk. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into what we do as a drunk, because I think there's some stories that there's few stories that we could say probably later.
And that one time I was carried home in my boxers. Definitely for later.
But anyway,
yes, we're a manga forum. We should
let's talk a little manga and anime.
Right.
So. Well, I guess I technically did. I said I'd watch Death Note, so I guess I'll start then. In terms of manga and anime, I have been doing a bit of writing. I've been doing a bit of catching up on stuff, like in particular the Character Tournament, but we'll go on that later. Well, in a minute.
You're ready for your story, right?
The character moments. I'm trying to still. I keep saying this every episode that I'm still finishing Nephilim, but I just don't get a chance to do it. I just don't have time. So, but hopefully before the end of this week, because I've got a week off, I am hoping to do it. I'm hoping
No
to
excuses,
get
man. I'm waiting. I'm going to be checking that thread every day.
Also,
yeah, I know what procrastination is, man. So
also
be careful there.
I've also just started. I've also just started. I've downloaded Danganronpa for the PS Vita. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's a visual novel where basically
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, a lot of people raving about it, but I haven't had a chance to open it. I've just downloaded it and installed it, but from what I've heard, it's pretty cool. So I'm excited to check that out because I enjoyed.
It was free on PlayStation Plus like 3 months ago. I downloaded it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah,
I paid £35 for it.
Yeah, it was free. It was free on PlayStation Plus like 3 months ago. And I downloaded it, but I haven't played it because my Vita broke 2 days later.
Oh.
I am so sorry, man. I am so sorry. That sucks.
So, let's ask you, Lego, what have you been watching manga or anime wise? Or writing?
Wait, first let's do... Okay, fine.
Hang on, no, you've got a long thing, haven't you? What I'll do, I'll leave you to last then, Lego, because I know you've got something.
Okay, no, I'm not going to get into that. But I've just been my anime and manga reading has sucked this week. But I did check out a few episodes of what was this thing?
There was Zero.
Owari no Seraph. The Seraph.
Owari no Seraph. Yeah.
That and I just browsed Tokyo Ghoul. Then there was this what's this? Okay, I've forgotten the name of the anime. It's this
Sword Art Online.
No, not Barakamon. Barakamon I watched way back. Awesome anime, by the way. This one is about Bahamut. Shingeki no Bahamut.
Oh yeah.
Yes. This one. Theme song is awesome, by the way. I read the lyrics. I need to know more of these Japanese metal rock bands. Awesome. Yeah, but
I'll give you them all. I'll let you have them all.
I definitely need that. What's that? The story is. It's nothing special, but the animation was awesome.
It's based on a mobile phone game, so I mean...
Yeah, that's the best thing. That's the best thing. It's based on a mobile sword game, and it's still better than Sword Art Online, so...
Oh!
Cough. Sorry,
shots fired.
But yeah, anyway. The one thing that does bother me, though, is that why do all the guys have lipstick on them? Have you watched that about Shingeki no Bahamut? Have you watched it? Have you watched that?
I
watched it. They have really... full
weird
artwork, but I quite like the artwork, and I thought it was really
it's
fun.
awesome. I got used to it after time, but I was like, dude, all your guys have lipstick. It's not lips. This is anyway. Never mind. But yeah,
anything that makes your anime stand out is a good thing.
Yeah,
even if it's bad.
It's true. It's a unique art
Fortunately,
style.
what does make it stand out is the action, man. Nice stuff.
Yeah, that's really well animated as well.
It's not shampoo level stuff, but the animation looks fantastic.
Guess I'll have to check that out then.
You have to check out Samurai Champloo, as mentioned, though. And Cowboy Bebop. The best action scenes in anime are the ones where the camera it's tracking them, not suddenly flashing to the guy's fist, flashing to the guy's foot, flashing to the guy's face being punched. The one where the camera acts like it's like how someone would record it, and then they're fighting in the distance. Those ones are the epic fight scenes, man.
Yeah, not going for the
Champloo especially. Yeah, like whoosh, dude, awesome stuff. Yeah, anyway, my anime watching this week has been mild, so I don't know about you guys.
I've got no anime done.
Wait, actually, 2015, this whole season, I haven't seen anything. I don't even know if Shingeki is this season, but I saw a lineup. I was sort of interested, but I haven't touched a single episode, I swear. Nothing from this season.
I have no time. Like, I'd love to be doing more first impressions and stuff. I mean, it's tough, but like I don't have time at the moment. I won't have time for the summer season either, which is sad because Shokugeki no Soma's airing this season as well, which is like my favorite manga at the moment. So,
okay, dude, you've got to convince me. So is Shokugeki good or not? Because I could watch an anime about calligraphy, but about food. Seriously? Is it going to be good?
It will make you hungry. That's how good it is.
Okay.
But I mean, I keep up with weekly and monthly manga releases. I just they're quite easy to read. They're only
fellow
one
manga
chapter.
reader. My God.
Is
Yeah,
that the
still,
one? Is that the one? Because I haven't seen it. Is that the one? I saw a video where like one of the characters brings out, looks like a pot roast, and literally
Do
everyone
clothes
that tries
suddenly
the
strip?
pot roast, like they start nose bleeding and orgasming everywhere.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly
So,
that.
okay.
That's
Just a disclaimer for Shokugeki, okay? It's semi-ecchi in that the way
It is
that
ecchi.
it
is ecchi.
portrays the food being good is by blowing people's clothes off, and it won't
It's
be
literally orgasmic.
it won't
I just
and yeah, giving them kind of orgasms. It won't be full on like awkward and full on nakedness. They'll be covered up somewhat, but it will be like them naked in a field or something like that.
The very first one, though, does it get more awkward than the very first one where the girl tastes the horrible food and then she imagines tentacles? I was just like, okay.
I think that's one of the worst. Like in especially in the manga, that was pretty weird. But I think some like it's toned down a lot recently in the manga. You don't see as many people have their clothes blown off because I think it's meant to insinuate the level of cooking's getting higher, so people are less easily impressed. But the guy
and you're following this manga now properly. It's interesting. It's honest, man. Japanese man, they can make stories out of
I
anything.
think you've run out of material to read.
No. It's genuinely my favorite manga to read at the moment, and I'm reading stuff like World Trigger.
I sort of trust you, especially because what's that? Barakamon. I was like, calligraphy anime. Ha! There's no ways I'm watching this, but when I finally did, that was awesome.
Best anime.
I'll judge for myself. I'll check that one out for myself and see.
I think I don't know. I haven't watched any of Shokugeki no Soma. I've read it all though. So I couldn't tell you about the anime. Although from what I saw from the trailer, the animation looks great, and I've heard good things about it. So if you are looking for something again that's a little different, a bit like Barakamon, that will have charm and will make you laugh and isn't like the typical action shonen you tend to watch, then I reckon it's a good one. But yeah, I just haven't been watching anything at the moment. I don't have time for it. It takes up too much time.
Fair enough. And you, Crow, any manga anime that you've been keeping up with today? Or today?
Yes. No, not today, but I'd say the past 2 weeks or so. Basically, I've finished up watching the Tokyo Ghoul anime, which got me intrigued.
Is this season 1?
Yeah, season 1. It intrigued me to start reading the manga because I've been told that the manga is much better.
The manga is much better. I didn't want to cut in, but seriously, dude, I don't watch the anime now. Yeah,
is it that much of a difference? Really?
In my opinion, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they completely missed the tone in the anime. Okay, I might be overly critical, but
I think it got better towards the end.
I didn't even read it, but I'll agree with you. It took an entire season to have he just finally let loose. It was waiting for that moment.
The thing is, that moment, no spoilers, but that moment towards the end of the season in Tokyo Ghoul, it's much better done in the manga because they build it up so well, and I think they lose a lot of the. Okay, I sort of sound like a mascara dabbing emo dude now, but they lose a lot of the darkness in the anime. Like they use such bright flash colors and they censor everything. Oh my god, I need to watch the Blu-ray version. Maybe I'll stop being so critical. But I hate censorship. If you're worried about a show having blood, then don't animate it. I mean, I watched a cartoon, Symbionic Titan. Some guy got stabbed. They didn't show blood, sure. But if I see some color inversion, a black block in the middle of my screen while I'm watching an anime, hell no, man. That's stupid. That's shitty animating. That's being a troll. And then I'm supposed to wait for the Blu-ray version? No ways, man.
Did you see that in Terraformers as well?
That's what makes
Terraformers, I heard, was the most legendary anime of censoring this last season. Those
Because
I heard they use
manga,
gradient fills.
the manga got to the point in some cases where it was actually like giving me butterflies in my stomach with how graphic it was. But that was that was what made it so cool. So I mean, to have that completely censored, I think that's kind of detracting a lot from the.
It detracts a lot, and I'm not sure if the difference is clear, but the censorship is what bothers me, rather than them animating it and then not animating this. As in, putting a weird distortion to the screen is what pisses me off. I mean, it gets in the way of everything.
Let me ask you this: so, is it a situation where the gore was believable, or was it senseless? Like, I mean, there's some animes where just the gore itself
old school 90s animes and 80s animes. Oh my god, Elfen Lied.
He'll stub his toe and you'll see blood just flood a room off of a stubbed toe. It's just pointless.
Yeah, that one's pointless. But okay, Tokyo Go.
I think that justified the blood and gore, to be honest, considering it was due to flesh eating. Was one of the main central themes. I guess there was going to be. It's got to be graphic because that's the whole point. Because it's meant to shock you. In the first, like because he's a human, he's our vessel into this world. So
exactly,
I think that one.
That's it.
I haven't seen Terraformers now, so I don't know. Speaking, I know this is a really random tangent, but I noticed that a lot of manga get a lot more brutal and graphic than some like the animes ever become.
It is always like that. That's actually how it always is. The manga get off easier. What's that? Especially when they publish in a
even really popular ones. Look at Bleach, for instance. Bleach, his last arc has been so brutal.
I don't know your definition of brutal, Bacon.
But like showing people getting cut in half and showing the inside, like it's like Mortal Kombat.
Noisy.
Like,
okay.
But the anime was
spoiler. But do you remember what happened to a certain?
Yeah.
Okay. I think manga in general, they're more free to do what they like.
Yeah.
Other than Shonen Jump, which I sort of see.
Yeah, but isn't that what Bleach is in? Bleach is in. That's what I mean. Like Bleach is one.
Yeah,
really.
It is. But he was one of the big three. As sad as I am to say that, he was one of the big three. So I think him, One Piece, and the Naruto dudes have free reign on the violence more than anyone.
I guess he's got a bigger grip on it. You can't really tell him no, can they? Go, sorry, Kubo.
The new generation manga though, Shingeki no Kyojin. It was definitely a seinen in the beginning, especially. These days,
I think they've toned it down.
These days, even the manga itself has toned down a little, and the anime is completely different. I hate the anime as well for the same reasons I hate Tokyo Go. I'm like, you censored the hell out of everything.
You hate Attack on Titan.
Making this the anime.
You hate the anime on Attack on Titan.
Wait, no, I don't hate.
Nice.
Yeah,
Whoa!
But I dislike. I hate Tokyo Go anime. The Shingeki though, the Shingeki anime definitely disappointed me though. So
right, okay. I thought you said you hated it because I mean it's not.
I messed up on my words.
I heard hate.
I heard the word hate. I hate Attack on Titan, and I hate anyone who likes it.
But I heard hate.
I heard hate. Let's not hate on Attack on Titan.
Okay, I'm sorry, but no. Okay, I have no beef against it. Honestly, I can watch Attack on Titan properly. Tokyo Go, I can't stomach though.
With that said, it's not the best anime ever.
Question for all of you, because you guys have been on the site much longer than I have. On Manga Raiders, has anyone posted a story that's been filled with gore or anything?
And then censored.
I've seen a couple, but generally they are either told to. I think writing, you get away with writing a lot more as opposed to artwork. Definitely. Artwork is immediately censored, and I think that's just more because it becomes more apparent.
The only thing where it would step in is where it gets sexual. Basically, so we don't mind people's heads being blown off. Basically,
okay.
That's where Ecchi World comes into.
Other than that, if it gets
Lego
Lego
wanted to push Ecchi World, the sister site of Manga Readers.
Yes.
Plug.
Guys, if you haven't heard of Ecchi World, come on, join it. We won't judge you at all because I'm there as well.
Lego's the only member there, but
yeah, serious. We won't judge you.
Lego's lonely there on Ecchi World.
I'm there under a new pseudonym, so you'll find me as Rubik's Maestro. So, you know.
It's
On
not
there
soon.
much
It's not.
more often than he is.
Come on, be free. This won't. What? Say that again?
So that's where you usually are. Whenever we don't see you online, like when you disappear.
He spends more time on Ecchi World.
Yeah, definitely. Eesh. You have no
Is it
idea.
cool
Just
that you
open the
were-
homepage right now, and I'm like, this is why I got into anime and manga. Definitely.
Okay.
You have reformed since.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Really quick, I did start on the topic of anime. I don't know why. I was advised to give Sword Art SAO a look, and it's
I'm interested in knowing your thoughts.
it's Twilight.
It's better than Twilight. I'll give it that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's not
it's
exactly
better.
a ringing
It's
endorsement.
better.
It's the twilight
Better.
of. It's
But
the
it's
twilight of
Twilight.
anime.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
That's
it
It
is.
is. It is. Now onto one of the reasons we had Crow on, other than just obviously because he's
Older
long
than
time,
us.
a long serving.
More
Other
successful
than he's
than us.
American, other than he's American, and he fills
American?
up the American quota of the podcast. But also he's a long-standing contributor to the to Manga Raiders. But the main, not the main thing, but one of the busiest topics I've seen on site, and of course what the community happy hour is to talk about anything that's generating buzz on site on Manga Raiders, and that's of course the character tournament.
Character tournament.
Tournaments! Now, of
thing
course,
I'm not a part of. Yeah.
exactly. The thing
I
is,
was just about
Dun,
to say,
dun, dun,
Me,
dun,
Crow,
dun, dun,
and-
dun, 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 dun. Okay, that was a Mortal Kombat. I got
thank you very much, Lego, for the little intro. Me, Lego, and obviously Crow's came up with the idea, and he's running it, and also a part of it. Me and Lego have entered characters into it. And Noisy, you are a outsider looking in.
I've been
So
reading it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, I'd like to get kind of like an outside. I mean, obviously, I'd speak to you first of all, Crow, but I'd like to get like an outside perspective on it because I know there's some people who I don't want people to think, oh God, like, are they just talking about it because they're involved in it? But obviously, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen a kind of group project that's had that much time and involvement in it. I think probably the last one I can think of was at least consistently on a daily basis was probably Vio's art contest. Vio's a member on the site who did an art contest like last September. Because everything else doesn't like.
I will counter that with Galactic Raiders by Roshiro.
Of course,
Galactic
yeah, my
Raiders
mistake. But that was that around the same time?
Rashir also disappeared like Vio did, right?
Yeah, Vio and Roshiro were talking about members who haven't been online.
Those were fun, man. Come on.
But no, of course, that's
God
my
damn it.
mistake. That is my mistake. There is, but these kind of group projects are really good for the community. I mean, Lego as a mod, and you've been there for a long time now. You could probably attest to the fact that they just really pull the community together. Makes like a. It kind of makes the site like it's kind of like a central hub almost. That when there's a big contest. or a
Actually,
big
pro
thing
tip
going
for
on.
all you guys, all you story writers who are, you're like, no one's reading my topic. Just make a Manga Raiders project because they're fun.
Yeah.
And everyone will see them, and everyone would
But not-
definitely comment on them.
But not just the writing, of course. I mean, like I said, I was
I
testing
haven't had my story commented on for 3 years.
Oh. Everyone check out Lego Story. Don't comment on it, just check it out.
Just look at it.
Just give him
Okay,
one view.
that's-
Just someone give him a
But
view.
seriously, these projects are good. And what's that? Well, while you might say, it's an easy way out, it is not at all. I have tried these things twice so far with something called Black Pine H, a horror story, and another combat-oriented story called Dystopic Blades, Dystop for short, and it is not easy. Everyone wants their character to shine. Everyone wants everything to be perfect. You never have time, and you're freaking out about how people react. It's
I'm
not
already
easy.
intimidated to write a canon story, let alone have one where like there's
handling other
actual
people's
member
characters.
participation.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
props
yeah,
to
definitely.
Well, I
everyone
think
who's
we
doing
need
it.
to-
Props to
yeah,
you,
I
like,
think-
making one so successful.
Yeah, I think
benefit. So yeah.
Yeah, I
definitely.
think that's one thing we need to speak to you, Crow. First of all, because this one's like blown up. But first and foremost, where did the idea come from?
Yeah,
What was
I
the
need to know this too.
spark
I
that
need
you
to know
that you got for it?
It's very simple. Couple of things. First and foremost, I had received a copy of Mortal Kombat X.
I knew it.
Hold on. I said there's a couple. So hold on. And obviously that kind of put the idea of a tournament together. The second thing was hype over the Avengers. I was excited.
Yeah.
And I had, and that kind of helped me get the idea of, I didn't want to just make a character tournament where it's like, okay, we're just gonna fight. Ooh, that's so awesome. I wanted a story aspect to it, and that's what helped me create, Zodara and Takai, and kind of put an element as to why
a whole
this would
backstory
happen.
to it as well.
Yeah, as to why something like this would happen. And then the biggest reason was because, again, when I first joined the website and I first signed up, it didn't matter what stories you were posting. My first story I posted on the site was Enmar Cole, and I posted a brief thing about it, and I was getting comments left and right and feedback, and I wasn't seeing that anymore on the site. And when there's no activity, people tend to shy away. They tend to shy away, and I figured, we have all these new writers coming, and they're not sharing their material, and that was the thing. And for me, I felt like the tournament would be perfect because even the newest members would be comfortable sharing a character that they like the most and having that character be in the story. And
they don't even have to post their own story for that character. Exactly. They can just have the character.
I think there's a few that have actually done that, yeah.
And what's good is that we, as the readers, we can get an idea of their characters' personalities, the way their fights, are, and their moves and all of that, without ever having to read their story. Perfect example: Noel Malkinson, Akbar Zeb. Johnny Crackhead's character.
Can I just say that Johnny Crackhead's he's my favorite character.
He's awesome. Yeah, Akbar. Oh my God.
And the
Akbar.
Thing is, they have never shared that if it wasn't for the tournament.
I genuinely think Johnny just came up with that off the top of his head. I genuinely think he just came up with that and it's just struck gold.
But guess what, Bacon? If he were to post an Akbar story right now and develop his
I'd
story,
read it.
I guarantee you he's going to get views.
I'd read it.
Feedback.
Absolutely. I would read that 100%. If he did The Adventures of Akbar Zeb, terrible name, I know, I'm sorry. The Adventures of Akbar Zeb. Indiana Jones style, but if I put it, I'd read it. I'd definitely check it out. Absolutely, you are right.
And that, to me, that was the whole basis. Like, again, I think I posted in the topic. I haven't seen a new topic hit over 2,000 views and 200 comments in forever. And I was like, you know what? I want to see if something like this can happen. And again, people signed up. They put their, they put their characters in. And a lot of it has happened. A lot of it's been good because you have collaborations like Echo and Operative. They're working together to come up with character moments.
I think Operative puts about 10 million out a day. I mean, that guy's here. I mean, we were talking about your output soon, but Jesus.
And Echo's been involved, and Echo was hesitant.
I didn't know she wrote that fight scene.
Yeah, she was hesitant to join at first, but once she got in, I mean, she was all in. And again, it's caused members to communicate with each other and work together on stuff. And then the character moments allow us as readers to see how the other people write.
I've got to ask Crow, did you start the character moments, or did someone just bring a moment in and then people jumped in and then? Because I did actually see you make an announcement, say, you guys are free to chip in. I'm not sure.
I did. I started the character moment.
Okay.
Like I had, what I did was I had written to Stryker, and I told Stryker, I said, listen, because his character Miriam is very, very, very complex. And I was like, I want you to write something to kind of help me introduce Miriam. I was like, and we'll just kind of call it like a character moment. And from there, I said, you know what? I just might as well let everyone have a character moment. And it started with the introductions, how people were getting into the world. Because some of the members, they sent me private messages on how their characters would get taken in, So
I did
it
too.
started from there, and then boom, it's become what it's become. We've got, I think there's over 2,600 views, and we're not even past round 1 yet.
Yeah, what it reminded me of, I think.
Noisy. I was reading it, and I was like, wow, all these characters from different stories and just completely unrelated to one another, and they're all coming into this kind of world that you've created or collaboratively created, and it feels really, really natural. I don't know how else to put it. And the fact that you've gotten people to participate in the actual writing process for their characters is fantastic, I think.
I'm
looking at some of
the best thing is that I was able to open this topic, see something happen. Crow posts a chapter, and I'm like, let me for once, like old time's sake, write within the forum. I usually write on my Microsoft Word document. I overthink things. I stress about everything. Then I delete it or I just let it lie. But then I was like, let me just get into this right now. I know this character, and we're just having fun, sort of.
I think that's why it works.
But,
I think that's why it works so well, because there's a good balance between it's not technically your own work, as it were, that you aren't thinking, I need to do the best, I need to think, how's this going to happen? Because you're kind of in the framework that Crow and everyone else has produced, but also you are having your chance to have your own stamp on it, to add your own writing, so not only does it show up in your own skills, you get to show your own character and highlight, just maybe try things out, like, I try.
And what's good about that too is the way I'm writing is I'm purposely leaving things open for character moments. Like I'll write a scene where 2 people walk off, and I don't tell you what they talk about. It's up to you guys.
I think that's I think the character moment idea is genius, because that allows, it not only allows people to just obviously express the character and you learn more about their character, but it also allows other people to write their character and kind of take somebody's character into their own hands. But it also opens the door to collaboration as well. For instance, people have been added up together, haven't they, like in battles, and they've collaborated on them.
The best thing for me is that I know 2 of these characters, Goji and Shio Rain. I'm like, hey, I know the goods on these guys, so let me see how they fight. And then it's like,
as soon as that draw came up
for a striker story, I'm like, yes, I know how these people are.
That's one of the things.
But let's all agree, Miriam is terrifying.
I haven't checked out Striker story, unfortunately.
So I've been reading up on these characters, and I'm sitting here thinking, man, it's a good thing that John Dillinger isn't in this tournament, because he'd get murdered.
No, because like Alan Operatives is just a normal soldier, as it were. Like they don't have magic, they're not a god or a demon or anything, but they found a way to make it work.
For me to write that Alan's fight against Ryoshin.
Yeah, because I forgot to do it.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god!
I was supposed to be doing it and totally forgot.
It was a good fight, though.
No,
Crow. We've got to ask you the tough questions. Like, how do you decide on the who wins or who doesn't? And
it's a whole
Isn't it
3 rounds.
A coin toss?
It is. There's a coin toss, a dice roll, and votes from us.
I try to keep everything as random as possible. Like, obviously, you have the participant vote, and from there, like the majority, like I'll give you an example. Participant vote, Rex, he actually beat out Noel really well.
I voted for Rex.
It was like 10-2 participant vote, but he lost a dice roll because I send everyone a PM with a battle number. That battle number is attached to the battle, so they only know if they're representing participant 1 or 2. They don't know the fight. So that way, if it's Rex versus Noel and you prefer Rex, if I told you that, you would say, oh, well, I rolled a 24 for Rex, because you can't beat that. But if you don't know, then you could just say 13 and then the other person says 15, and voila, Rex won the participant vote, but he lost the dice roll and the coin flip. And
so you didn't have any stress over this at all. You were just like quickly, okay, random, I'll choose this. But what if it isn't random enough or whatever? Because I've done
Can
all
I
of these
just
things.
can I put in a vote as like as a reader, an outsider, maybe introducing like another coin toss or a dice roll for battle scars, like after a fight to come out with a war injury type thing.
Nah, they need to be fresh for the. This is shonen noisy. They never suffer anything.
Bruises only make you stronger. The
Yeah,
power
you
of
could be-
friendship.
sorry.
You could be
revives
cut in
you.
half. You'll be cut in half, and you'll be
Oh, wait,
fine.
What exactly
I
do you
mean-
mean noisy? You mean people should be like?
It means like say someone lose an arm or something.
You've got these random battle outcomes.
yeah.
That are decided by votes, coin tosses, and dice rolls. However,
Win or
you
lose.
can have someone win, say, by vote and by dice roll, and then they could lose the coin toss, and that if they lose the coin toss, that means they could be severely injured or something like that, which would affect how things turn out in the future. I don't know. It's a little. I guess it's adding a little bit of complexity that you might not need. But I was just thinking like
Right.
you
Well, I
could
mean-
be really lucky with one thing, but like saving, like a coin toss could save you essentially. But then say one of the random aspects doesn't go your way.
I think Crow has made it pretty clear. There's like the. Oh wait, okay, Crow.
Yeah, there's going to
be.
be future story.
I was gonna say one of the things I was considering is starting in round 2, creating polls and basically just putting different terrains and different scenarios, like different areas and the most popular terrains that are voted by either the participants or the people that are reading.
That would be great. That would be.
Will get utilized because then I can only think of so many different terrains, but like Echo was the one that came up with the kind of the abandoned city. And that made me think, well, maybe if I
that was a total Man of Steel moment there, man. That fight between who are those two people? Who are those two characters? Quizzes and who?
Quizzes and Koji.
Koji.
Oh my god, I enjoyed that fight.
Let's go around the table really quick. I think this would be fun. But personal favorite fights. Lego, out of the ones that have happened so far, what are your personal favorite?
Quizzes and Koji. I can't go far from that one, dude. The moment they're slamming on each other with school desks and someone else takes a slab of cement, I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I want to see
at
this.
one point,
they're flying through buildings. I'm just like, oh yeah, light versus wind. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm looking forward to other fights, but that was my favorite. I don't know about you guys.
I think Hauser versus Bjorn, the very first fight.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Definitely.
It set the tone. Bjorn was in complete control, and then the terrain changed, and that changed the entire fight. And then the way I ended it, where Bjorn couldn't find him, and then he hears Hauser, and Hauser's right in his face, and just blast him dead in the face. And that's how, it was like, that was perfect.
Noisy?
I think I'm gonna go for Quizzes and Koji. I just think you really hit a stride with the writing of the fights and how they've turned out, and I think that one was possibly my favorite. I really enjoyed them all, to be honest with you.
I think they've all been good.
Yeah. Don't mistake me saying that this is my favorite fight for.
I think I like.
I did enjoy a lot of them.
I like Quizzes and Koji myself because I've got Avengers fresh in my mind. I imagine the Hulk Buster versus the Hulk. So like that was at one point the Hikari and Miriam fight that's coming up. I believe that hasn't been posted yet.
Yeah, Hikaru and Miriam. Yeah.
That one to me, Hikaru. Sorry, apologies.
And Corporal Allens because she's a woman's. Woo!
But to be honest, I mean, not to put ourselves over, but I did really enjoy the concept of. I really enjoyed the concept of Goji and Shio. That was a really fun fight.
Goji and Shio was awesome.
I thought that was a really fun one.
That was the
especially because I know Shio.
Elemental fight thus far.
Yeah,
that was the most where elements were used, and it was all water and air and everything.
That was my second favorite. Just putting it out there.
I mean, not to put ourselves over as like, I liked mine the best.
No,
but no,
I'll say
it was
that
a lot.
I really did
I'm saying
enjoy
it was
that
a
fight
lot of
about
fun. It was a hell of a lot of fun
these
to write.
characters. I've read both of their stories. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're fighting each
I
other.
loved the
It out.
concept. I like the concept of just
Water.
he's a water user, and then it's like, oh shit, he can use more than just water. It's just like then he just fucking turns on. I mean, it was really cool. I mean, that was one of the worries as well that I had when I was putting my character in. I was kind of like, should I take it from a later point in the story, which I know but haven't put on the forum, or should I just take it from where I am at the forum? So I decided in the end just take it from what I've made public and everything. But it's really cool because everyone has been kind of scaled in a way where, like, if they are going to win, they're going to make it work. Like, as you say, Alan's is a brilliant example. Like, you know, they are just, for all intents and purposes, a normal human being, but they found a way for it to work. So, I really like that.
Been really good, as a reader, because one of the most annoying things when you're reading manga and anime, or watching anime, especially from like a critical standpoint, is when a character just has a random burst of power for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Friendship. And I had a
what I hate
about my family that was killed, and then
one of my
you can't beat me because I have a stronger willpower. No,
one of my
you're
concerns.
gonna lose.
Yeah, one of my concerns.
It's really worked out very well in this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, one of my concerns was the fact that I was just like, oh shit! Like, is it going to be where someone's way more overpowered than the other person? There's going to be no tension in the fight because as a reader, you don't know who's won until the end of it.
I think Crow made sure to stop that in his tracks.
Exactly, it's done.
There are some pretty nasty characters out there who, I have to say, not given some moderation. So
I have to say props to you, Crow, because you've done it.
Props.
You've made
it really scared.
Round
Dude,
hard.
My person is a human. And
Rex got fucked up.
I didn't want to.
Broke his spine, man. He's not even Batman.
I didn't want to write that.
You didn't want to write what one? Sorry.
Rex versus Noel. I didn't want to write. I let them take care of that.
Yeah.
You know, and initially Lego will tell you. Initially, Lego sends me the PM and it's got the story, and then Lego ends it with, "If you want him to die, go ahead. I give you permission." And I'm like,
I read it as if he was going to die. No one's dying. Legos wrote it like he's dead.
I think the right thing for anyone who is role playing or sort of taking care of their characters is to be impartial. Don't give a shit about. I won't lie. The Lego fight, Rex getting his spine broken, it's a bit depressing. But it's more fun if you let the person who's writing the stuff happen. And I can always say this is not canon. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt.
Seriously, his opponent. Okay, no, Rex is a human. He's doing his awesome stuff in his story, yeah, sure, but this tournament has attracted some pretty nasty people. Cough, cough. Miriam? Seriously? Like,
who's the one? Is it Bjorn who's immortal? I was like, well, shit, I can't do anything.
How do you deal with this shit, man?
But he's not invulnerable.
But Noel, every single move of Noel is...
It's an ender. It's a game ender. You guys have even agreed. I don't know if Crow asked you, Noisy and Vacant, about what the move list of who would win between these two, but I wouldn't blame you at all if you said Noel. I
said Rex, and the sole reason was because I was like, it's kind of a battle of speed, and if I was remember rightly, Noel was the one who could kill you by wishing your death.
Yes, that's
so.
exactly.
So I was like, but it says only if they hate them. I was like, well, they're two strangers, so maybe they don't. I was going really in depth. I think I set the PM with a reason for why I chose my picks. It took me about an hour.
Bro, you think we could be able to see some of these reasonings? It would be interesting to know the logic behind who wins and who loses.
I went in depth with these things because I was like, well, this person might like this, but anywho, as I say, it's a really fun thing. It's kind of inspired me to do one because it reminded me instantly of Dissidia. So if there's like going to be a follow up to it, like, excuse me,
awesome.
I'll tell you now. Here you go. Here's a spoiler. 6 months from now, after this ends, it's going to be MR Avengers Age of blank blank blank.
I like the sound of it
yes,
because Crow.
Serious.
Serious. This is
I'd
gonna
love to help
happen.
you on that, man, because
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
Step in.
jump on board with that one.
I think it was a really cool idea because it got me inspired.
Spoiler
It
alert,
definitely got
I'm
me
going to be
inspired
awesome. Just
to
so
do
you
some
know.
basically-
writing.
Yeah, and what I'm doing for the second one, just so that way anyone who's interested has a heads up. The battle is gonna come to each character's individual world. So now we get to see your character's worlds and what they're like.
That would be really. I'm excited for that. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That's pretty interesting
And so-
because it
so-
gave me the idea.
I better have a good story up by then.
Yeah.
For a character that's
6
not
months.
so
You've got
human.
6 months, dude. But no, it gave me the idea to do like a kind of Dissidia kind, where you take one protagonist and one antagonist, and like kind of line them up in a Dissidia. If anyone doesn't know, Dissidia is a Final Fantasy game where they take the main villain and the main character from each Final Fantasy up to 13. Pardon me. And they kind of have like a whole backstory. Pretty cool, really good game. I'd definitely recommend it. But it's a cool backstory. It's a cool thing because you get to see these fantasy lineups, as it were. But yeah, no, definitely that one sounds interesting. But this one's not even past the first round yet. There's still the tournament and anything that happens afterwards to go on. So pretty cool. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. But,
I
like I
look
said,
forward to more.
there's a story to it, you know. So even if your character lose, I've told everyone, even if your characters lose, they're still going to be involved.
Actually,
right.
for me, honestly, the thing isn't about who wins or who loses. The character development has been awesome. I
Yeah.
should give props to all the writers who have been putting their character moments.
Well, like
Some
I
of
say,
these people are feeling nervous about, we haven't put as much as funny, awesome ones. I do prefer some character moments, but they're all pretty good. I haven't seen some character suddenly becoming a tsundere yandere or doing something messed up. You know, just everyone's playing the tone pretty well. And
yeah, I like the fact that you can take somebody's character if you want to and introduce them into your own story, because you kind of put yourself in their shoes and go, what have I learned about their character's personality to write
Yeah.
them? I think that's really interesting. I love seeing that with the character moments, that they've used other people's characters, because I don't know for certain that they haven't consulted them, but I like the fact that it's almost a test of your own writing to say, have I written my character well enough and got them across to do that. Really interesting, though. As I say, it's a definite great idea. I'd really like to see like an art kind of version, if somebody can step up to that, because I know this is a writing heavy one, and people who are artists may not know.
No, let's put a request to the artists. Please draw for these things. It's even more epic that way. Please.
Not even that. If you're an artist and you have a character that you've drawn and you've developed a backstory for them or anything like that, and you just don't really feel comfortable with your writing, throw them into the next gathering. Throw them into the second version, because it'll allow you to work on it. I mean, there's a lot of underrated as far as writing's concerned artists that are on the site, like Robin Ryu. Robin's a really good writer. She just doesn't write that much. So I've been writing to her and I've said, listen, I don't know Misty, because I've never drawn it. I've never had to write for a dragon that can talk. I have no idea how to do that. But, but you can help me with that. And that's why I did the whole situation where, Keith kind of gets, taken by Zadara, and then, Zadara's involving himself in it to kind of put the pressure and say, okay, come on, Misty, write something for me, Robin. And I finally got her yesterday. We agreed, and she's going to write with me. And, we're going to put a character moment for
Awesome.
Misty. So,
Nice.
No, that's really cool, because I associate.
I was going to PM you this, but are we allowed to write for battle sometimes? I want to write, what's that? I wanted to write a battle, any battle.
The you can go ahead, because the battles that are taking place in the tournament, those aren't the only fights you're gonna see. If you read the Quistis Koji fight, you see at the end that Kroon is kind of scouting Koji, and he says, "I'm gonna involve myself somehow." And guess what?
There's the whole companion thing.
If anyone's read Society X, they know that Kroon created a suit for Goji, which is how Goji got his powers. So what if he were to do that for Koji, who already has powers?
That's pretty cool. Spoiler. But
as someone
teaser even.
As someone who's not got a character involved, but I tried to review people's stories on the site. What I'm very interested to see is how people writing for their characters for this tournament, how they take it back to their own stories almost, and see
what they learned from
some
it, or
character development that they wouldn't have otherwise, like see a side to their characters they wouldn't have otherwise seen.
definitely that. Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
I've noticed a couple.
I mean, my
so
character's
far.
never had his spine broken before.
Well, what's
It's
cool
normally a
about
game
that?
changer.
What's cool about that is that I was actually when all of this is over, I'm gonna send a private message to every single person that participated, and I'm gonna ask them all. I mean, I guess I just say it now. Implement a slight change in your own world. I'll give you an example with like for Goji. When all of this is over, Goji was away, and technically speaking, like a lot of things that happened, Goji wasn't around for. So like when Goji returns back to his world, he's there and everything looks normal to him, but all of a sudden he notices that things have changed because he didn't
He's been away
exist for a brief period of time.
Okay, that's
And
interesting.
and it was like, okay, I don't have to elaborate, like I don't have to write my own separate story for it, but just kind of have it where when that 6-month
hinted
period comes around and the second story is ready, just kind of have little footnotes ready, so that way we can kind of build up and feed off of it and just jump right in.
As you say, sort of like the Avengers, like the standalone films kind of almost hint to it, and then they all link and knit together. So, really cool project. As I say, I'm having a lot of fun reading it as much as adding to it. I'm not adding as much as I'd like to, just being busy. But
this project, I shamelessly, advertise it. Go join the tournament, whether you're a reader or a writer. Just like
definitely keep
it's
up
really
with it, 'cause
something.
there's some
I have
interesting
no shame
writing
in it
going
because, especially because the author, WhiteCrow, is doing his job. I mean, dude, how many PMs have you sent out by now? I have received about, I could say 10 PMs from you, and they're all complicated. I'm like, I do not know what you're dealing with handling all these original characters, but good luck with that. I don't care about it, but I appreciate that you're doing hard work. Yeah,
man.
No, it's awesome, man. No, definitely, as I say, I mean, these group projects are amazing, just to add like a caveat on it. Group projects are really fun for those involved and those to read it. I'd love to see like more on. I mean, definitely, if anyone's listening, I'm sure you would as well. Lego being a mod would encourage anybody who has an idea for anything like this to get involved, because you've seen with WhiteCrows how easily people will sign up. Not how easily people will sign up, but how you can get people involved, and because people are wanting to. People, as you were saying, there was a bit of a lull period for the last month or two. I'd say there's been a bit of a lull in terms of activity on the site. So I'd say something like this would definitely drum up interest. I mean, definitely an art one. I'd love to see an art one because I know there's actually a mini manga contest going on at the moment. I know you're part of as well, aren't you, Lego? That's kind of another one that's running alongside it at the same time.
It's actually pretty good, yeah.
Is it, I'm just trying to find the member's name, and I do apologise. I think it's MHX Air?
Yeah, it is.
Is that right?
An awkward name, but yeah, that's him. It's in the the Manga Artist Battleground. But yeah, you make 2 pages, and then you're done with the competition. The funny thing is that no one has quite posted yet, but the idea is brilliant.
I think there's more writers than artists, but I think, well, saying that, there's a lot of people who are dual, like you, Lego, are an artist and a writer. Echo is an artist and a writer.
Artist,
Robin
cough,
Ryu
cough.
is an artist and a writer. I am a really bad artist and a writer. Really bad writer.
I just reached the point where I was like, you know what? I'd rather be the shittiest artist, and the only artist than just not drawing at all.
Hey, there you go, man.
You guys embarrass me by putting your drawings there, right? Come on, join the manga contest.
No, I've been definitely keeping an eye on that. But if there's any artists or anything who have any ideas, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Crow would be more than happy to have a chat with you in regards to. I'm just basically throwing you under the bus there. WhiteCrow would be more than
fine.
happy to have a chat with you, how to integrate it into the community and how to get people involved. I know writing's technically,
We've got to ask though, Crow, what do you think is lacking in your project? What do you want more participation, or what do you think would make it better? Because this thing should definitely blow up, and it should conclude, and it should be epic.
I would honestly say more character moments in terms of I guess reactions to fights or during fights. Like for instance, everyone that kind of, like, you guys like the Quistis Koji fight, when they go in the building and they're hitting each other, there are spectators around that they're watching the fight, and they're able to see.
You want character moments
happening.
for people who are watching what's actually happening in the fight? Right.
Character moments for that, and then also
challenge accepted.
I
thought that you'd be annoyed by an overload of
Lego. Lego, you can't quite do that because Rex is in a bed.
I won't be able to do that. But
Rex is dead.
If you'd like, I can write it into the story that we brought a TV for you to see the fight. Yeah.
No, it's okay. The guy has
just more character moments. Like Operative, like you said, Operative's very active and kind of following up. We don't need that. No one has to feel like it's a competition, but just
I will beat Operative in his amount of character moments. The gauntlet's been laid.
Wait, who has the biggest injury other than Rex? Come on, guys. You guys better have at least a 3rd-degree burn somewhere.
Fuck you! My character got frozen and shit. Not in a good way.
How dare you have shonen injuries? Come on, man.
Fuck you, mine's a shonen character. He's gonna have shonen injuries and shonen recovery power.
God damn it,
he's gonna be seeing a nurse, have some bandages on, and he's gonna be fine in 2 days. No matter what happens to him. He's a shonen character, for God's sake.
God damn it, man. I'll just depend on the power of a flashback to revive him. Yes, my childhood
really
friend who I forgot.
Just doing that.
Now my spine is
moments, and that's it. I have no other requests. It's been a really, really fun experience. It's been, I love it. And like I said, we're not done with round 1, and I'm already looking at the round 2 matchups that we know are happening, and it's kind of like, okay, how are we gonna kind of write these, interesting fights? Like, if I'm correct, what's round?
It's gonna be Hassa and
and Noel and Goji.
I've got to ask a basic question though. Crow, what do you use for your writing? I use WordPad because I hate spell check. That's a quirk of mine. I don't like to be corrected in the middle of my writing. What do you use? Do you use Microsoft Word? Do you use Apple?
Yeah, I use Microsoft Word. That's it. Or I'll use the sticky notes. It depends on how much I'm writing, because I'll be writing, and then if I have an idea, like I may write the beginning of a fight, but I may have an idea for the middle, so I'll switch over to my sticky notes and start writing that portion of the fight in a sticky note, and then go back to Word and continue, and then copy and paste.
What do you do? Noisy and May Vacant. What do you guys do? What do you use for your writing?
When I write, I'll write out concepts in a little notepad I have on it's like an app on my Mac, and then I'll flesh out a I also use this. I think it's Mac only. I don't know if you can find it elsewhere. It's called Simple Mind. It's a mind mapping tool. So I'll basically come up with a concept idea, then mind map it all out on Simple Mind, and then I will use Word to basically do a chapter overview / kind of in-depth kind of. I basically write the chapter out in note form, how it's going to go down, and then I flesh it out later, but all in Microsoft Word.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And Vacant, what do you use?
Okay, cool. That's a very elaborate process there, Noisy. I use Notepad.
Yeah, definitely.
I literally just use Notepad.
Notepad. That's even more ghetto than my WordPad, dude. No.
I use Notepad, and then if I need to format it, like if I need to know how many like the page or word count or anything, I'll put it onto Word. But no, I feel more.
For me, honestly, my best writing is. It's a funny thing. My best writing has always been when I open a forum post and I'm writing in that reply box.
Yeah.
Was like there's just no pressure at all.
Well,
I open Microsoft Word.
It's the most annoying thing. I'll be writing. So I'll format my story in Word as well. So like anytime you see italics or bold in my forum posts, it will also be in italics and bold in Word document. But the formatting doesn't transfer over when I copy and paste into the bloody submission box.
That has been a problem.
So I have to spend a lot of time formatting on the forum.
Do other forums fix that problem? I actually don't know. I'm used to it now, but it's a bit annoying.
Do you know what I do? I actually kind of cheat a little. That I have on Notepad, I have a template for every chapter that I write of anything, which has, for instance, just to say like Heavy Rain, I try to write it in script form, so I'll have like bold and italics and so on and so forth. But I will have those like written out, like the actual code for it.
Yeah, I've started to learn.
I have that. Yeah, I do that too.
I have all the code written out. I'll have it as a template, so I have like 20-page template there. That has all like page 1 and everything. All the formatting's done, so I literally just have to type the words into it, and that's all done for me. So, as I say, pro tip: if anyone's writing regularly on the site, get yourself a little template on there. It only takes a few minutes.
Just learn the shortcuts, like the square brackets.
Yeah,
codes.
Exactly.
It's really useful.
It's so useful.
Saves so much time.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. My process seems a bit drawn out, but I didn't used to do it that way, and I feel like my writing has improved from it. I don't know. These rewrites are using my new kind of elaborate technique, and that way I'm just getting such better kind of writing out of it.
Yeah, I see.
I feel more prepared. I don't feel like I'm writing blind, and I'm one of those people that just, if it's the first time I'm saying or typing something out, it will tend to not come out the way that I hoped. So
I think that's every human on the planet Earth, actually. So yeah, I've come to accept that the first drafts will always be shitty. Actually, I take the idea to the extreme, because these days plot development points, character backgrounds, I do not do that anymore. The moment that I start developing background, I just don't want to write. I just don't actually write. So these days, I'd rather write a shitty story, then develop after, than to develop endlessly, and then say that, then 10 years later, I'll be like,
Gonna find out it's still shitty.
Yeah, maybe the prologue will start now. Nah.
That's an actual really good point, though, because a lot of the time, writers can get caught up in the whole backstory of their universe.
I call it
development
hell.
I think
they create this concept, but they just never come up with a story for it.
Yeah,
I think they're so caught up in the concept and the backstory and how everything in the universe works that they never actually have an actual story for it.
I think there's 2 points to that I always pick up on. I think, number one, it's easier to come up with a concept as opposed to a story. Like, you can think of a cool concept before you can think of the actual execution of it. I always typically start with a concept, but I always try to think of what the first 5 chapters would be of it before I even go anywhere. And also, it's too much
That's
fun.
More than I do.
It's a dangerous thing. It's too much fun to get into the backstory.
Actually,
you're like,
in the tips and tutorials board about development hell, where you're just like, you're developing a story and you feel like you're doing stuff, but you haven't written a single story word. Not even once upon a time. You're just like, yes, the story is epic. Oh, by the way, this guy meets his grandfather, and then suddenly his grandfather is actually a spirit, and then suddenly...
Hey! Let's not talk about spirit companions, yeah?
I haven't written a new story concept for a good half a year, I'd say.
Okay, let's play a game. Noisy. Oh, actually, that's an incredible segue, Noisy. It's funny you mentioned that. Because,
Excuse me.
You're welcome.
as you say, as people may know from the pilot in episode 1, we like to include a game in a challenge, which, by the way, if anyone's wondering, on episode 1, we said the next challenge would be the worst live-action adaptation we could ever come up with. We're going to wait.
Still coming.
I want to go first.
It is still coming. We do just have... have you got one for the live-action adaptation, Crow?
Yes, I do.
Holy shit! Well, we were going to leave it till Corin was here, because it was Corin's idea, and I'm sure...
Oh, okay. Well, let Corin know that I said Dragon Ball Evolution.
Hey! I said the same thing. I've got one. Noisy. I've got a feeling. Can I just ask without spoiling anything? Noisy? I've got a feeling. Are you doing Bleach?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm doing Bleach.
And I know exactly what yours is going to be now.
Do you know what it's going to be? Mine's going to be Bleach. I'm just going to, without spoiling anything, this is an obvious spoiler. In fact, no, I'm not going to say anything. That is still coming, guys. That's obviously, we're just waiting until Corin's there, because obviously it is Corin's idea, and I'm sure Corin will come up with something like really good and really funny, so we don't want to not squander it, but we don't want to do it without Corin there. So we're going to wait till he's there, which will hopefully be next episode, episode 3. When he is free from the shackles of education and exams. However, the one that we are going to do now is a fun one, which is related to what Noisy just said. He hasn't come up with a new concept for over a year and a half. And seeing as all four of us are predominantly writers here, other than, well, I don't know. I'm sure we've all dabbled in drawing for a bit, but predominantly...
Other than Lego Maestro, you mean?
Yeah, other than... I was going to say other than Lego.
The epic drawer who knows how to draw better than all of you.
I don't know.
You know,
just pipe down, mate.
Check out my artwork page.
Listen, have you not seen my...
jump next year, apparently, so, you know. Okay, yeah, continue. Sorry.
But yeah, we're predominantly writers, so what we're going to do is a writing-based challenge. For those who are artists out there, we have had queries of why we haven't done artistry challenges. Essentially, the short answer is none of us are artists. But if any artist wants to be on... Get your asses on, and then we can talk art. Basically, that's pretty much it. Like, it's only been me and Noisy, and I am, like, slightly retarded with a pencil. No offense if anyone took offense from that word. If you are retarded, I'm sorry. I think I am as well, so it's okay. I can say it. I can say it because I think
we
I am.
suck at drawing, so artists, if you could have some amount of humanity in you to join us and save us from embarrassment.
I'm going to throw it out there. I want a challenge in the next couple of months, a group of artists to get together and do their own happy hour.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And can I sit in on it, because I want to get back into drawing. So.
I want to learn. Yeah, me and Noisy. Okay, what we'll do then? Next couple of episodes will be an artist one. So any artists out there who own a microphone and a working set of vocal cords, please, let us know, and we can obviously get you on, and we can talk some art. We can talk some pencils and paper and inking and stuff.
We can talk about that drawing thing where you move your hand and suddenly there's a drawing there. That's
masturbating. Stop talking about masturbating, Lego.
Professional mangakers, okay.
I moved my hand. I thought you were going to say move your hand up and down, so I made a masturbating joke, but I was premature. I'm sorry, Lego. Smutty mind. Dirty boy. Anyway, we are going to do a little challenge. It's not a challenge, more of a game that we're going to play between the four of us. This is going to be called the Writing Relay. Now, all this is going to do is we are going to go around the table, and we are going to pitch a story concept. We're going to go for, shall we say until we run out of ideas, or shall we say for 5 minutes? Or is 5 minutes too long?
Let's go 5 minutes.
We'll go 5 minutes. Okay, we'll go 5 minutes. Basically, what we're going to do, each of us are going to round the table. We are allowed to pitch a sentence each, and we're going to cobble together a story concept. Everyone, please remember the story, because...
And as a bonus, we did discuss this in advance, but a surprise bonus, I am going to write this story. It's not going to be long, just a short story.
Are you really? I didn't know this. I did not know this.
Story that we come up with on the spot.
That's fantastic. I actually didn't know that, Lego. I must have missed that. But yeah, no, That's pretty sweet. So Lego, we're gonna come up with a story concept on the spot. Now, guys, just to lay out the rules, you have a sentence each. When you reach a natural pause, obviously stop. The next person will take over. There are no limits to genre, characters. You can say whatever you want, pretty much. Basically.
The only limit is time, as time always.
The only limit is time. The only limit is time. So we've got 5 minutes on the clock. That's a long time to think of a story concept. Should we say 3 minutes? Because that's a bit smaller.
I don't know. I think 5's fair.
5, I guess. What we'll do then, we'll go in
Why
alphabet.
don't we just go 4, middle ground?
Okay. Go 4. We'll go 4.
So diplomatic.
What we'll do, we'll go.
Of us, it works out.
That's cool. We'll go 4. So we'll go in alphabetical order as well. I'll let you know when the time's up. So obviously it'll be Lego, Noisy, me, then WhiteCrow, and back to Lego again. So Lego, when you are ready, can you start for me when I say go? Which is coming up in a second. Go!
This story is about a young girl with pink hair
and pigtails who finds a little fairy in a forest.
But the fairy was an alcoholic who ropes the little girl with pink hair into major trouble.
Sorry. She got into major trouble with her parents, who were bears, who owned the forest. She was adopted.
The bears knew that the fairy was bad news. And they were also pissed off about the alcoholism thing. So they wanted to kill the fairy.
So this little pink-haired, pig-tailed girl decided that she'd help the fairy by...
Castrating.
By taking her to a hideaway away from the bears, because as we all know, bears cannot swim. So it was a little tropical island that she was hiding where there was not a tree to be seen.
However, this island did have a monkey who loved trees. And he had never seen a tree, but his name was Umfufu.
Man, that's pretty tough to continue building on. This monkey fell in love with the girl with the pigtails because the girl happened to come to the island to join the ferry because she was feeling guilty about everything. Then the monkey saw and it was like, love at first sight, dude. On to you, Noisy.
But the fairy is in love with the monkey.
Oh my god! What are we creating?
So they all decided to have a threesome. No, I'm only joking. They decided that they were going to sort this out and build a house to live happily ever after.
And in order to complete this happily ever after moment, they hired the services of the priest moose named Priest Moose.
Whoa, dude. Okay. And then, during their happy marriage, drumroll, the Fire Nation attacked. The Fire Nation attacked this island. The Fire Nation attacked. On to you, Noisy.
So the girl asked the fairy to grant her magical powers, which were...
She could extend her limbs to... I had to resist so much. I'm sorry, I had to resist saying what I was going to say. She could extend her body and limbs to at least 2 centimeters, their normal size. And...
Dude, that's an impressive power.
That is very impressive. Very impressive. And she had the ability to take the sand from the island, eat it, and spit it back out as little fairy doodle pellets.
And stop, that's 4 minutes, that's 4 minutes! We're stopped. So, can we keep a recap of the story? Pig-tailed, pink-haired girl lives in a forest who met a fairy. Fairy, unfortunately, has an alcohol. She deals with alcoholism.
Oh my god.
Her parents, who are bears, disapprove of this. So they decide to move to an island with no trees whatsoever due to bears not being able to swim. And they meet a monkey. The monkey loves the pink-haired, pig-tailed lady. However, the fairy is in love with the monkey. They decide to build a house to live happily ever after. However, they are attacked by a foreign nation. The fairy grants the pink-haired lady abilities. She grants her the ability to grow her limbs an extra 2 centimeters, their normal size, and also to eat sand, and turns them into what was it? Sorry. Turns the sand into fairy poo. Fairy shit.
Glittery stuff. Just some glittery shit stuff.
Fairy glitter. Okay.
Fairy glitter.
Oh my god. I do believe this is the most terrible story that I will ever have to write in my entire life. I think it's a one. I think, honestly, it's a one. Most terrible story I'll ever have to write.
So anyone listening, of course, patent pending. If you think of stealing our idea, back the fuck off. We will come with a legal team.
We'll come all over you with lawsuits
Whoa,
and shit.
we're not coming over anyone. We're not coming over anyone.
You know you can't make a story as epic as we can.
Yeah, so back off, guys. We've got a legal team bigger than fucking apples,
2017
mate.
anime and a live action in 2018.
Yeah. So there we go. So back off our fairy girl story, yeah? I think we've if you had to quantify it as a genre, what would you put it as?
Oh, that's actually a good question. I would quantify it as Gintama. Because Gintama is a genre as its own. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that's a show, dude. It's not a genre.
Dude, when you watch Gintama, you know that Gintama is a genre.
I've watched Gintama, and I don't classify it as a genre. So
seriously? Okay, what is Gintama?
Shonen comedy.
Okay, fine. Our story is a short comedy.
It's a head trip. It's an acid trip.
Ah, yes. It should be LSD. New genre created on Manga Raiders. LSD. Okay, but I'll seriously write it though. Cross my heart and hope to revive when I remember a flashback and then power friendship. Like a shonen
character. Heart and hope to have my back broken.
About that. There you go.
It always happens, Noisy, seriously. How many times have you seen the main character beaten down? It is over for him. You even admit yourself, even though as much as you hate to admit it, this guy has been beaten down. And suddenly he remembers a flashback where where he meets his childhood friend who passes him something. And then he's like, I am epic! I shall defeat you! Nah, man.
Just another one of the many ways that shonen protagonists win their fights unnaturally.
Hey there! Yeah, I'm scanning back into my own writing to think if I've actually done a flashback saga. I think in the very first chapter of mine, it's not necessarily a flashback, but it's like
there is a flashback, but
there's a flashback.
The flashback.
But it's a flashback to who his friends are, not who. It reminds him who he's fighting for, not it gives him power.
Oh yeah, can we talk about the review swap thing later? Or
of course, yeah. Well, we might as well, man, because that was our incredible, amazing writing relay challenge. So yeah,
I'm just gonna say I was not expecting like a little girl fairy in the forest. I was not expecting that to come out of our mouths.
I was expecting something darker, something even serious.
You started it, Lego!
No,
you were the one who started it, and you came up with that!
I just gave her pink hair, for fuck's sake, man. Seriously, I just gave her pink hair. Suddenly, she's competing with a monkey for the love of her life? Are you serious? Just because she has pink hair?
Yeah, I was expecting something a bit darker. You started it, my friend. You suggested.
Okay, I do want to apologize, though. I'm not exactly proficient in Skype phone calls, so I have I have definitely cut into vacant. You guys have all noticed. Come on.
You've cut into me.
I've cut
It's
into
all right.
everyone, actually.
It's okay because the recording software always puts me above everyone else, so I'll probably be interrupting you. That's a problem I hope to fix because I have tried new recording software. This one's still on the old one, but fingers crossed. So, by the way, if anyone's listening and wondering on the last episode or wondering on this one why it seems that I'm answering people prematurely, it's purely because this recording software seems to have a slight 2-second delay on everyone else, and there's not anything I can do because the sounds overlapped. Lego, on the other hand, is just interrupting everyone, so that's nothing to do with software. That's just him.
It's fine. He is the authority.
Technically,
in this.
Even though WhiteCrow is seniority, he's senpai. Lego is sensei because he is the moderator, just like Corin
Moderator,
was.
dude.
He is the moderator. So, Lego, as the moderator, would you want to promote or push anything on Manga Raiders? Say someone doesn't know what Manga Raiders is. Is there anything that you would like to say?
Okay.
This is the voice, the authority of Manga
You're
Raiders.
putting me on the spot here, but it's easy to say. Manga Raiders is an awesome manga and anime website where we are family.
Aww.
It's a mafioso, actually. Actually, it's more like a
mafioso.
mafia. Hasith and Cory Kali, the administrators, are like Al Capone, and Al Capone, the missus. So it's like this. It's like, but even though it's scary, we're family. So don't worry about us. I mean, don't be scared to join us because we're always looking forward to you joining us and stuff. Anyway,
we have a lot of fun there.
we're all cool here. Post your stories, post your manga. I definitely guarantee you there's no ways there'd be. I guarantee you there's no ways there'd be shittier than my stories. So take heart in that. You get reviews. You get family for free even, and yeah. This is Manga Raiders.
I want to know how you've gotten your family, Lego. Did you buy them? What?
You get family for free this time.
Actually, in my past life, I sold my parents, so in this life, I decided, let me join Manga Raiders, because these people are good people, so...
No.
So he's going to sell us, basically.
He's going to sell us. Oh,
I'm not going to sell you this time. Karma has already taught me to be a good person. But yeah, anyway, Manga... yeah, but... Okay, guys, seriously. Which other manga forum have you heard of? Dun dun dun. Dramatic drums. Where people aren't douchebags and assholes... And then they just,
We're friendly douchebags and assholes.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I
it.
was going to say, I'm a pretty...
Or where the interface isn't so confusing that you
Yeah.
can't find where you want to go and where you want to post your story because they don't have a topic that says story posting or anything.
We don't even have any anime character on our web banner. We have our own artist drawing here. We don't have Ichigo or anything. And we're still a good forum. I used to go to these forums where they're like, there's Ichigo, there's Naruto and Luffy.
Where did the Bleach
This is a
forums
manga
and
forum.
Naruto?
No, it wasn't a Bleach forum, but there was one of these forums that were like, this is the manga forum that I'll come to and it'll be epic. Nah, it didn't work out. At Manga Raiders, you can swear on the happy hour. You can be epic. You can be epic and randomly impersonate yourself as a brother-sister combo. You can also...
What? What? Is Lego having a gender crisis at the moment?
Nah, but honestly...
What are you on about?
Come to Manga Raiders. We are awesome. That is my whole tagline.
Come to Manga Raiders. Apparently Lego is going to pretend
bad.
he's his own sister, from what I've just gathered there. You'll have to explain that to me probably after we've got off the air, because I don't get what you're on about. But...
I'm sorry for all the editing you have to do, but I'm also not sorry, because this is who I am, so yeah.
It's okay. It's been a pleasure, Lego. You'll be on many, 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 many more of these, I'm sure.
Mate,
As will you, Crow.
I'm not banned? I'm not banned? Okay.
You're not banned.
Okay,
Yeah, get
but
the fuck
I
out.
do apologize for not having a Nigerian accent. I wish I had that Oga, this real, tongue-clicking accent. Either that or a British accent. God damn it, fuck
okay.
you, Nick. Get me your British accent. You
Despite my
give me your accent.
Noisy's
God.
somehow managing to be racist against that. If there is anyone from Nigeria listening, I do apologise for Lego. Please Please take him. He's a fool. He's going to Germany soon. It'll be fine. He'll be off your continent. Don't worry.
He's gonna come back and be like, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah." There we go.
What has
Apologies to
happened
anyone
your
listening
voice?
in Germany.
I don't know it, guys.
Anywho, we're getting up to 2 hours, which is like, well, we're getting close to 2 hours, so we best probably think about wrapping it up now. Anything else, you guys? Anything you want to throw out? Any topic? Anything whatsoever you want to say?
Everything
Swear
that I
word,
want
go
to say,
ahead.
I'll send you by message because otherwise I'll be on here forever. So.
Fuck it. You might as well say it now, Lego.
Okay, fine. The ecchi sword, definitely. We need to talk about ecchi because
Okay,
tits
Lego.
and ass are awesome.
Okay, Lego wants to talk about ecchi.
Or do you agree or agree?
I'll say that.
Also,
Right.
we need to talk about reviews. Reviews become so hurtful.
What?
And by the way,
Okay,
as a
okay.
black man, I'm allowed to say
Jesus
nigga without
Christ.
without any inhibition. So we gotta talk about that too. Like, dude, are you reviewing or are you stomping on a person's hope and dreams?
Okay, that would make shit.
It's crossed with an ear. It's crossed you. Okay, please do. Anyway.
White people are fine, though. White people, go ahead and post your reviews.
I want to say, just going back to how this episode's been about the community projects, and the most recent one being pioneered by WhiteCrow here. I just want to say, like, people on Manga Raiders, people not on Manga Raiders, who are thinking about joining the forum, join in. Like, if you see one of these projects starting up, jump on board if you have time. I'm not the best person to be saying this, but like, jump on board, get involved. It really helps to raise the kind of activity levels on the forum, makes the place a much more fun place to be. You have a blast when you're doing them. It brings people together, and also, like, it brings, you don't have to be a writer to do it. You can be an artist as well. You just get involved. It will create connections between you and other people, and other people involved. It will create connections between you and the director, writer of the series. It's just a really great thing to do. I'd love to see more of them pop up on the site. Ones for artists to get involved in as well. I'm hoping that I rack up the courage at some point to write one. And I just want to say a big, like, congratulations to WhiteCrow for yours being so successful, and a thank you as well for really coming up with a brilliant idea for the forum that has gotten a lot of people involved and invested again, which is great.
Definitely.
Thank you. I mean, to that, I just say a round of
Slow
applause
clap
to the
first.
site.
And then
a round of
Slow
applause to the
clap.
site. You know, because it's not my project. It's a Raiders project. You know, it's a Raiders project. So, yeah. I guess I'll
so
piggyback
humble.
off of that.
So humble.
Don't judge a book by its cover,
yeah,
but I
have
think
to
I'm
be.
judging
Has
Crow
to be.
by his American, calm, mature voice that he's awesome. So yeah, props on this, man. Honestly.
Yeah, thank you. I'll
How
piggyback
far
off
do
of
you have?
that, and I'll say, you know,
You
again,
know-
thank you to everyone who's participating, and everyone if you're reading this project and you don't have a character or whatever, you can still post feedback, post your thoughts. I mean, again, it's about communication, and it's about getting
Community.
people. Yeah, it's about the community, you know. So, I mean, again, it's been a fun project. It's gonna get better. You know, round 1 should be done by the end of this week. I'll be sending out the PMs for round 2 competition voting, and we'll just keep on going. And
Awesome. Okay. Right, guys. Well,
Sure.
it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has.
Very-
It's been very informative.
It's
More
been
so
very
than our
informative.
usual ones. So
More so than normal ones. We've had shit. I can't. It's been a long one, but it's been a lot of fun. And like I say, a hell of a lot of fun. Anyone again? One more time. Might as well fucking say it. If anyone wants to be on, if anyone wants to do their own, just PM us. Just get at us. I'll let you know how to set it up. I'll walk you through everything that you need to do in terms of any software or anything that you need. This is literally a happy hour. It's not our thing that we do. This is the community's thing. So if anybody wants to do one, a group of 2 people, group of 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 people, you can fucking do one if you want. Doesn't have to include me, Noisy, Corin, or anyone. Just let us know that you want to do it. We can put it on. We can post it on Happy Hour. It'd be awesome. Until next time, where hopefully Corin will be back with us. We'll do the live action challenge. We haven't taken a challenge from either of you guys to do, but I think we'll save that till next time because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, you'll all be back on the show again anyway soon.
Yep.
Okay.
Such enthusiasm, guys. Well done.
Good show.
I'm trying
Right
to keep
then.
quiet because I've been so noisy the whole episode, but otherwise...
He's been so noisy. I can't.
Yes.
All right, then, guys. Have a great night, everyone. I say thank you ever so much for listening. Anything else from you guys? Any parting shots?
I said my
thank you.
piece.
Thank
I'm
you
done.
for
Fuck
having
you,
me.
Vacant,
and
for having a
fucking awesome.
girlfriend, first of all. Noisy and Vacant. Screw
Yeah?
you guys for having a British accent. Yeah, parting shots.
Oh,
And
fuck you.
WhiteCrow for having an American accent. WhiteCrow, screw you too, man. It's nothing personal, but...
Yeah, well, enjoy Germany.
Oh, wait, parting
Fuck
shots.
you.
Oh, wait, are we supposed to say goodbye to each other? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I totally understand the situation. Yeah, anyway, yeah, it's a
I'll
pretty
just
good, man.
say,
Thanks for including me, honestly, yeah.
Thank you,
Cheers, man.
everyone for
Cheers.
coming on, and
Take care.
take care. It's been great.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Honestly,
Okay.
guys, thanks. Thanks for including
Thanks ever
me.
so much, guys. Okay, take care. See you soon. Bye,
See
bye,
you.
bye, bye, bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye, 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 bye. And there we go. That was a show. And that was. Do you want me to tell you how long that lasted?